Hi you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Marvel Toybox Thanos figure from Disney. Now this figure is sold as a Disney Store exclusive. It comes packaged in the same style that we see with all these Marvel Toybox figures. You've got the white card back up in the corner. You've got the Disney logo. In the background there, it tells us this is figure number 13 in the series. The figure's clearly displayed. Also, it tells us that he comes with the Infinity Gauntlet, and then down below you've got the name of the character. On the back of the card back, you just have a look at other figures in the line that have been released and a brief bio about the Toybox line. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging along with the other contents. Okay, now starting off, the first thing you get with this figure is an actual Infinity Gauntlet, and it is removable from the figure. Now it's not a full-on glove, it's only a half glove that you put over the figure's fist, and I'll show you that in a moment. But the glove itself is made with a rubber tape material, so it does have some flexibility. And then the gems themselves are done with basic paint applications. They're just painted on there. You get little bumps that are sculpted on there, but you know, it's just basic paint. So you've got the yellow, orange, red, blue, and purple. And then you've got the green one off to the side here, which doesn't even really look like it's part of the gauntlet. And then this is actually, you can actually kind of say this is a removable gem. It's part of this handle piece that you put in the figure's hand when you put the glove on, and so they just kind of painted it on the tip there, which is kind of funny, but as it is, you know, you can kind of pretend that the green one's removable, the time stone, if you want to. And then what you do is you just put this around the figure's hand, and then you get him to grip this little handle piece, and the best thing to do is just kind of pull the fingers back a bit and then just kind of slide that in. And it might, that little handle, I don't know why, to be honest, I don't know why they made this handle piece removable. It doesn't really help you getting it on there. It actually makes it a little more difficult, but you just put that in there, and then basically it looks like he's now wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. So kind of cool that they made it. You know, it's a very basic looking accessory, but again, I think it's cool that they actually made it so the gauntlet was removable on the figure. Now the second accessory we get is another Infinity Gauntlet. This one has a punching flame type effect. So you've got this yellow rubbery type material, and then you've got a second layer of that, which is yellow and then gets more red towards the back. You also have some red highlights on the edges of this top piece, and this middle piece is kind of a harder plastic. These flames are kind of done with a rubber material, and then underneath that you can see the gauntlet. So once again, you can see those infinity gems are actually just painted on there. This is actually, you know, this one's a closed gauntlet, so it just fits over the fist. And it's made to look like, you know, he's punching something. And you just take it and you slide it over the hand, and you want to basically put it on the left hand. You could put it on the right if you wanted to technically, but it's really made to go on the left hand. And again, it's made to look like, you know, he's about to punch the crap out of something. So for the figure itself, this version of Thanos features his armor, which is reminiscent of what we see in the Avengers Infinity War movie. Now, if you're not familiar with the Toybox line, these figures are also based, the designs are essentially based on the old Disney Infinity game, which is why they have a much more animated look and feel to them. This is also primarily a kids line, I think. I think Disney gears this more for the kids than the adult collectors. So you do have pretty basic paint applications, but overall I think it's pretty solid. I like the head sculpt. I like the way the helmet looks. The eyes look good. You've got the purple skin with the lines on the chin and everything. That would have been cool if the helmet had been removable. These side pieces are a rubber type material, but the helmet itself is not removable. And you've got these pieces here on his shoulder, which are done with the rubber material. These side gauntlets are actually done with rubber material as well, but they're not removable. They're glued in there, and then you've got the black straps with the purple skin and everything. Now, I do have a little bit of bleeding of purple onto the black with the straps, and then also I've got some marbleization going on the gold here on his lower leg. But otherwise, the paint applications are pretty solid. You've got this metallic green in the midsection and on the upper legs here, which I think look good. You've got this middle piece, which again is a separate piece glued on there, which is made out of a rubber material. And you've got some black on these flaps here on the side as well and on the back. You've got a hole on the back of the figure here, which I'm not entirely sure why. But otherwise, you know, the sculpting detail with the line work on the armor and everything is pretty good. So this figure stands just a hair under 6 inches tall. And here's a comparison with the Toybox Hulk figure, which you can see is about the same height as Thanos. Hulk is wider, but height-wise, they are both about the same, which seems to be pretty accurate. And then here's a comparison with some other Marvel Toybox figures. So we've got Captain America and Iron Man, and you can see Thanos is taller than both of them. Then we've got Thor, and both of them are about the same height. And then finally Doctor Strange, and again, Thanos is taller than Strange. And then for one final comparison, here's a look at the recently released Toybox version of the Hulkbuster. Okay, so for articulation on this figure, you can turn the head to the left and to the right. He's got a little bit of back and forth movement, but not a whole lot. With the arms, you can only get the arms out about this much. You've got those hinge joints there at the shoulder, but that's about as far out as you can get it because of the armor and the shoulder pads. Now, the shoulder pads do not limit the rotation of the shoulder, though. You can rotate the arm all the way around with no problem. You do not have a bicep swivel, and you only have a single hinged elbow, so he can bend his elbow that much. You do get a rotation there at the elbow, and then you have rotation with the hands, and you have hinges on the hands, so good up and down movement with that. You have a waist swivel with this one, so you can rotate there, but no kind of ab crunch. With the legs, you can do the splits about that much. You can get the leg forward pretty good, and you can do the leg back pretty good as well. You do not have a thigh swivel. You do have a rotation at the knee, and then again, you have a single hinge knee, so you can only bend his knee about that much. He doesn't have a whole lot of bending there at the knee. And then with the feet, you've got hinges, so up and down movement, and you do get ankle pivot with this one, and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. That's my review. So I think this is a pretty solid figure overall. If you like the Toybox line, I think this is one you're going to want to add to your collection. I like the overall look with the armor. I like that you have the Infinity Gauntlet, and you even have the second one with the punching effect. It is basic paint applications and everything, but you know, again, this is a line made more for kids, I think, and I think this is definitely a cool looking figure. Now, this figure is a Disney Store exclusive and is available now. You can buy it on the Disney website or at their physical stores. We'll have a full image gallery up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting that button down below. You should also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to all those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.